This is Dr. Joe Sprinkle. I will be introducing Hebrew grammar using the grammar textbook by Alan Ross, Introducing Biblical Hebrew. What I will do in the YouTube lectures is simply go over the lessons that are found in Ross's grammar, making a few comments, making a few observations, doing a few examples from the homework. Now, some people may run across this video who are actually taking a class that I'm teaching online, and you will have detailed instructions as to what you need to do and exactly what books you need to purchase in order to go along with this textbook. But for someone who may happen to discover this material online without any reference to any class, I still hope that this would be useful for you learning Hebrew on your own. Now, Hebrew is hard to do completely on your own, so if you are really interested in learning Hebrew, I'd actually recommend that you arrange to have someone to help you tutor you through Hebrew. And if you happen to be looking for someone to tutor you through this process, I'd be willing to be your tutor. And you can contact me at joesprinkle11@gmail.com, and we can discuss what would be necessary to do this. We would basically interact through Skype or some other online tool so that we could communicate one-on-one. If you are interested in learning Hebrew on your own, the first thing that you would need to do is to get the textbook, Introducing Biblical Hebrew by Alan Ross. You can do that through Amazon or various other online book-selling companies, or if you want an electronic copy, Logos, which is useful for other reasons, would also have this particular textbook. In addition, you would eventually need to get the scholarly edition of the Hebrew Bible, the Biblia Hebraica Stutgarttensia. And here I show it from Amazon, where you can purchase that. That is also available on Logos. In Logos, the edition that you would want would be the Biblia Hebraica Stutgarttensia, the SESB 2.0, at least at the time of this recording, which is January 15th of 2019, would be the scholarly edition that you would want. This would give you access to the critical apparatus that would give you variant readings that you would find in the margin at various points where there are differences, say, between the Septuagint and Biblia Hebraica. And so that's what you would like in this, having a scholarly edition. The apparatus, for example, will show you that there's a slight different reading in the Septuagint as compared with the Masoretic text in verse 9 of Genesis 1, chapter 1. And in Genesis 1, verse 11, there's another possible different reading based on the Septuagint and the Latin Vulgate. And yet another different reading based on the Samaritan Pentateuch and the Septuagint and the Syriac and the Targums and the Vulgate and so on and so forth. But anyway, that would be the edition that you should get if you were to purchase it from Logos. The printed editions would have the apparatus in the margin. Now, if you were to be tutored in Biblical Hebrew using Ross's textbook. There are other books that you would need. You need, first of all, the textbook itself, Introducing Biblical Hebrew by Alan Ross. And you would need the Hebrew Bible, Biblia Hebraica Stutgarttensia. And again, I recommend the Logos version because it will send you, you can connect the Hebrew text with the dictionary or the lexicon for that. The lexicon for that is the Enhanced Brown Driver Briggs Hebrew and English Lexicon by Francis Brown, Samuel Driver, and Charles Briggs. And if you get the Logos edition of all three of these books, or at least the Bible and the lexicon, you can go from a word in the Hebrew Bible to your dictionary. And that will save you a lot of time and effort. So if you are translating in Genesis chapter 1, which begins Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, and you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the verb, which is bara, you can highlight that, right-click on it, and it will give you some other tools that you can go to. I would need to click on it here actually. If I'm just wanting to copy it into a text, I would do that. But then the Enhanced Brown Driver Briggs, I could click on that and it will take you to that entry in your dictionary. And so if I can move the screen over to here, here you will see the entry bara, translated shape or create, and it would give you all the information, and it would highlight your verse, Genesis 1:1, that you started from when you made that link. And so it's very useful to have it in the Logos format, just to save you a lot of donkey work. And even though there's the dictionary that I suggest that you get here is the one by Brown Driver Briggs, there are other dictionaries that are available through Logos, in particular the Hebrew and Aramaic Lexicon of the Old Testament. Halot would be worth one's having. So when I've taught the class as a class, I put under recommended texts, Kohler, Baumgardner, Stamm, originally in 5 volumes. It was also printed in 2 volumes, but it's also available electronically through Logos. And again, you can right-click on a word and it'll take you to that, which is the most up-to-date English dictionary of the Hebrew Bible. Now, in addition to that, I'd recommend that you get a hold of supplementary exercises for Introducing Biblical Hebrew by Alan Ross, which is put together by David M. Clemens in Vancouver, 2008. You can see the ISBN number there. And if we were to tutor together, we could go over some of those additional exercises just to deepen your understanding. So if you're interested in having someone tutor you through the grammar by Alan Ross, which is an excellent modern grammar of Biblical Hebrew, you should contact me at joesprinkle11@gmail.com, and we can discuss charges and things of that sort for my doing that for you. But all my lectures, which are basically going over the grammar, are available for free. That in turn, by the way, would help you because you could just read the textbook and listen to my lectures that talk about some of the details in each chapter of Ross. And that would prepare you for the times when you do homework on your own, and then we can meet and go over your homework. So it would minimize how much time you would have to hire me for to make progress in the grammar. And I've done this with a group of graduate students using this method, and it works fairly effectively. So whether or not you use my services by contacting me at the email that I just gave you, I hope you find the lectures going over the lessons and Alan Ross's Introducing Biblical Hebrew useful if you even if you do it completely on your own, or if you're taking another class that's using this textbook but would like just a little bit of extra help. So that's our introduction to the course on introducing biblical Hebrew.